Hey, this is Merritt with Vacant Land Syndicate. Glad you stopped by. Wanted to give you a little more information. You probably watched the drone videos already on this 20-acre parcel in Lassen County. Just wanted to give you a little more texture to this property. So let's go ahead and scroll down here to it. Click on it here. So I think one of the great things about this property is that, and I'll show you on the map here, is it has really nice access to Highway 395. So that's about, I think it's about a quarter mile from here to here. Um, and that's a big thing in Lassen County to get available access. A lot of these properties available are way out in the middle of nowhere, which those have utility as well. Um, but it is nice to be able to take a weekend hunting trip and not and be able to get to your property fairly easily without having to go down to 10 miles worth of dirt roads. Or if you want to build a cabin or house that's in a really rural area, to be able to have easy access, 15-minute drive down to a local town where you can get your mail and your groceries. And this happens to be one of those properties. We'll go ahead and drop the little yellow man from Google down, and I'll show you more about where the access is. But here's a broad view. Um, this is excellent. Actually, this Biscar State Wildlife Area is beautiful, and there's a lot of lakes around here, so it has excellent access to that area. And there's some nice mountains available with views there. I think there's Hot Springs Peak down there too. But let's go ahead and we'll get a highway view right on Deep Cut Road, whereas that's where you turn off here. And as you can see, just real quick, another great thing about this parcel is that there is some development around it here, here, here. Actually, there's another parcel. Zone in if I can get in here. So those folks are making it happen there. While you would probably need to drill a well in here to get water or have it delivered, um, it's not out of the question that you would be able to get power, for instance, there from a power line. There's a power line over here. I can drop down here and show you. Um, you can see these lines here. But this just gives you a good idea of what the general area looks like, and there's industry and buildings around there. Um, and down here, about 10-15 minutes is Litchfield, which is a nice place to get your groceries and have post office there. So I just wanted to show you that real quick. Um, and another thing that I wanted to talk to you about with this parcel is the actual zoning. This is the Lassen County website, but it's zoned Upland Conservation Resource Management District, which is a really nice zoning designation. It gives you a lot of flexibility there. You can do agricultural type business and or residential housing. You can put a house on it, a cabin on it, whatever you want there, and you can also start your own business as long as it's kind of quasi related to agricultural activity. I know the planner up there, and I think if you have something specific in mind, there's flexibility as well. As you can see down here, you can have guest ranches, trap shooting clubs, rifle ranges, campgrounds, recreational vehicle parts. So there's some flexibility there. It's not just straight up like farming and agricultural. So that's nice. And I'll show you one other. I think there's some special allowances by permit too. You can do some wood processing, commercial feedlots, and poultry farms, etc. Hydroponics. So that's something that makes this particular parcel valuable. Another really great thing about this parcel is that it's not in a flood zone. So a lot of this land in Lassen County, although it's really beautiful, they had some huge flooding in the last couple years, and a lot of the land was underwater, specifically in the Moon Valley Ranch area. And so I have a couple parcels that are at least partially out of the flood zone up there, and I'm closing on a parcel that is in the flood zone there, and the price will be marked down accordingly. You can still build on them. It just costs you some money. You have to build a platform. You have to get a permit from the county, some engineering builds and plans, and it costs you about 6-7 grand. But in this particular parcel, you don't have that problem, which makes it great. And this is a great mule deer, prime mule deer hunting area as well. So one last thing I'll show you before I shut my trap here. Let's just go to Land Watch. I had already pulled it up, but I want to show you how you pull it up. One thing that's really cool about Land Watch, a lot of people sell land here. It's one of the major land web sell sites. And you can just pull up, I just typed in Lassen County, and you can search by acreage, pricing, whatever. So let's just pull up 11 to 50 acres parcels, and one of the great things about Land Watch is you can just sort low to high pricing. So you can skip all these featured signature listings, and you can get right to the bottom line. What's the cheapest available land there, which is what we aim to offer here. So actually, these first two lists are both my parcels here, and this is the one that I'm talking about right now. It's just by far the cheapest thing listed with that kind of acreage. These other two parcels here are partial interest only. If you look into them, I'll click on one of them just so you can see. Gives a really nice description. And if you go down a little bit, selling are 75%. We only own 75% of this parcel. I don't get that. I mean, I don't know why anyone would buy land like that, but that's something you need to be aware of when you're buying land and looking at, and the same goes for this one here, 75%. At least they put it up front right here. So I think the next cheapest thing to mine is this parcel here for 17.5, and that's actually in the Moon Valley Ranch area. That's totally in a flood zone. So that kind of parcel, I would not ask that kind of price. It's not a bad price, but you can do better than that. So I just wanted to give you a sense of what you were getting, bang for the buck. This is a wholesale deal. You could buy either of these two parcels and flip them and make some money off them. You want to make 4 or 5 grand off of them pretty quickly, you could do that. So I try to leave some meat on the bone. So I wanted to show you that, and I think that's about it. I really appreciate you stopping by. If you want to buy the land, just click on the add cart, add it to your cart, and I'll adjust the price. Actually, we'll call you. You can just give me a call. I'll change this since I have it on sale. But the easiest thing to do is put it on a credit card. That actually protects you, and we'll get the deed worked out, overnight it to you, and we'll even do your file your or we'll do the recording with the county, so you get that right and everything gets sent back to you in a timely fashion. If that's not comfortable for you, we can work out something else. Just give me a call. My contact information is on the website. I appreciate you stopping by. This is Merritt from Vacant Land Syndicate.